These are the top 4 stocks I'm buying for this coming week. Alrighty, everybody, we have a lot to discuss as far as the overall stock market is concerned today, more specifically with the overall performance and what we could be looking for as far as 4 of some of my favorite stocks that could be really looking for some potential gains here in the next coming months, weeks, and even days. But first things first, let's do a little recap. Today is, of course, Wednesday of February 8th. As you can see, the overall market did not do very well today at all. Dow Jones down about just 207, S&P down about 46 points, and of course NASDAQ down about 203 points overall. The markets are not doing very well right now. A couple of reasons why this is happening. Overall, the rate hikes that a lot of people are predicting to continue to happen. Jerome Powell obviously stancing himself in a form of the way he speaks really kind of says, hey, we're likely going to keep raising these rates until inflation continues to go down and to counteract the overall recession that we are currently in or currently entering into. There's a lot of debate on whether we're currently in the recession or we're going into one. Either way, economic outlook right now is not great, and the market's of course suffering because of it. But that doesn't mean that there's still plenty of opportunities to be found in the overall markets. And we're going to talk about 4 of these stocks that I think have some huge potential coming up very, very soon. But before we get into those, if you want to see the exact time we buy and sell those stocks, you guys have to join our free Discord with the first link down in the description below. Go on over to the Join Us channel right here, hit one of the links in there, and you guys can get signed up with our buy and sell alerts. This is how you get access to our premium sections of the Discord, as well as our daily buy and sell alerts that we post in there on a daily basis with all different types of pricing angles. If you guys need help with obviously purchasing any of that, message me on Discord, or just in general, obviously ask us in the Discord, and we're always willing to help. But it's a great, amazing community that is full of like-minded individuals, all on the same path to understanding the stock market further, and of course also making themselves better traders in general. But let's get into these stocks and talk a little bit more about what I see for the coming future. So for the 4 stocks we're going to talk about, we're going to start with AMC. AMC, as you can see right now on the 15-minute chart, is pretty bearish. As you can see, it's down below most of these MA lines. I typically like to use these in order to track momentum, to see where the stocks have been, where they're headed, and what they're currently doing as far as overall momentum goes. And the momentum on AMC right now is bearish on the 15-minute. We can pull out a little bit wider though, not to the month, maybe even the weekly or the daily, and we can see that the overall price action is starting to move towards a more positive trend. That meaning that we are above most of, if not all, the MA lines, which is good, because what that means is typically we're going to start seeing some more bullish momentum on a longer time period, right? On a more daily styled time period. This is what we're looking at right here, specifically with AMC, right? Look at the price action. We're above, if not all, the A or the MA lines, most of the, at least the 10, the 20, and the 30. I believe we're just skipping the top of the 50 right there. Or is it the 50? Sorry, that's the 10. I had it backwards. But in general, we're still doing quite well on those as well. But keep in mind, the last couple of days have been very choppy, and for more speculative plays like AMC, puts seem to be a better option. That's just my opinion. That's what I've been trading it as, and that's what I've been doing with AMC over the last couple of days. But there could be some potential breakouts in the future if we see some better news come out about maybe less rate hikes or a better economics positioning that the Fed is putting itself towards. If that happens, then things might go a little bit better. Next thing, SoFi. SoFi is actually very, very bullish on the daily. As you can see, we are above all of the MA lines. All of the MA lines have crossed over. This is typically a very bullish sign, and I wouldn't be surprised if upon market open, which is probably when this video is already going to come out, that this overall stock would gap up a little bit more. That being said, things could go the complete opposite way if, of course, S&P 500, the SPY index, or if other indexes don't do as well in the same way. As you can see, SPY is looking pretty bullish for an open tomorrow, but it depends on what futures end up being, and of course, pre-market conditions obviously always affect that as well. But either way, SoFi is, again, one of those speculative plays that I like to use more option-related stuff and option-related instruments in order to make some profit with that as well. Again, puts are always not a bad idea in these market conditions, guys. It's typically what I'm trading most of these days are puts. I do calls in various situations and various scenarios, but it's only specifically when I'm more confident in that specific play. That being said as well, again, a lot of people like to invest in SoFi as a long-term growth company. Not really my forte. Growth investing right now, in my opinion, is just not something that is really long-term sustainable unless you're willing to hold for years and years and years for some of these companies. Again, the valuations popped up way too much, and that's why we're seeing such a drastic decline in price. in some of these more speculative companies. Good example of this, Affirm. Affirm ran literally not too long ago all the way up to $176 per share. It's now dropped off drastically, all the way down to $16 per share, guys. This is not, I repeat, this is not a company that I am comfortable investing in long-term in shares or even in LEAP contracts. But that being said, overall, we're still doing pretty well on a shorter time period, right? If we're looking for more intraday opportunities, especially with option contracts, this could be something worth looking at, especially with this specific pattern that we're looking at right here. Nice break above all those MA lines, still kind of struggling to get up there though, so puts might still be optimal on this, but we have to wait and see. We need more further confirmation to really understand Affirm, but again, this is a big one that we traded puts on, and if you actually look, we can go to the 15 just for a little bit more interesting kind of value here. Look at this dump that we experienced in post-market or after-market, whatever you want to call it, market close hours. As you can see, we dumped pretty heavily there, and we can even kind of go down further, and you can see that overall not too well at market close for the overall price. Now, all of that said, last single one here, guys, Coinbase. Coinbase is puts, okay? I'm not a big fan of this company. I'm not a big fan of really any crypto companies right now, and most of the behavior that I've seen with this specific stock are puts related. Now, look at this overreaction, right? We ran all the way up to $87.63 a share on 2/2, and that was pretty much since then we have done nothing but go down and make lower lows and lower lows continually. That's why puts, in my opinion, are a much more likely opportunity that I would like to take advantage of, at least for a multi-swing style trade. That's just my personal belief. Let me know in the comments below, obviously, what you guys think. Also, if you're wondering what charts I'm using right now, what platform I'm using right now, this is Webull, guys, and you guys can pick up a bunch of free stocks with this second link down in the description below. All you have to do is click that link, sign up, make an account, and you guys can get a bunch of free stocks when you fund your account when you get in there. It's an amazing brokerage. I use it on a daily basis. So does Zach. He also makes videos on this channel, and in general, it's just a great brokerage. So get signed up with that if you haven't already, guys. But other than that, that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. I'm Kyle with Finance Bro. Take it easy.